Ray Begaye. He is from District 4, County of San Juan, representative since 1999. Welcome.
Yes, thank you.
Hi, Representative Begaye. This is Janice.
Yes, Janice.
How are you doing?
I am doing well.
All right, so you are Vice Chair of Agriculture and Water Resources, member of Rules and Order of Business, and member of Appropriations and Finance. So we're going to pick up some speed here pretty soon?
Sure. Why not, huh?
Why not? Jim Spence is here.
Yes, Representative, thank you for coming on News New Mexico. I wanted to ask you about your situation up in San Juan County in terms of just jobs, energy jobs is main concern, and what has been going on. I wanted to get your comments on the activity of the Environmental Improvement Board and your take on that and the waning days of the Richardson administration, and just get your views.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. I know that I'm from actually San Juan County. I've lived there all my life. Lived in and around Shiprock area and out of a small community called Red Valley on the New Mexico state line. And knowing that I live in a really strong industry communities of Farmington and Kirtland, Fruitland, and within District 4, I do have the Arizona Public Service and also the Public Service Company of New Mexico, and these two corporations have coal-fired electric plants, and they've been in operation for some time. I think for APS, they've been there ever since I was born, practically. And also that we do, and I do live on the Navajo Nation in Shiprock, New Mexico, and I know that we have oil and gas activities in my area as well as outside the Navajo Nation, and that production has been going pretty strong up to about 4 or 5 years ago when the production began to slow down a bit. And there's been issues around the cap and trade and issues around the environmental impact studies regarding the two power plants, and then of course with the pit rules with oil and gas that has some repercussion in terms of the revenues coming back into the state of New Mexico. And of course there's been a huge talk in previous years with the Desert Rock coal gasification plant that was proposed by the Navajo Nation themselves, and I guess it was endorsed by the former president of the Navajo Nation, President Joe Shirley Jr., and it has been on the map for some time now, but things have readily slowed down because of the restriction and the environmental impact that it would have in the Four Corners area.
Do you support what EIB did, or do you think they're killing jobs and hurting prosperity and also hurting the revenue coffers of the state of New Mexico?
I would have thought that these studies would be in corporations with the company that operates the Arizona Public Service specifically. And I would not say yes or no specifically on that question, because I know it has hurt jobs, and I know it's going to hurt the jobs in the future, and until there's some kind of an alternative energy and or a major just adding more scrubbers or adding more just different laws that would create the emission controls on those plants. The APS, for example, the Arizona Public Service Company, they have they have a really antiquated system, and it would cost millions of dollars to install a new plant in there. But I think that's doable and on a long run. But the oil and gas, I know, has some ups and downs, and not only New Mexico, but Colorado, Texas, and Arizona as well. So I would, to some degree, there's been talk about job losses, and many of the Navajo individuals had been working at Arizona Public Service Power Plant and P&M, and I had the chance to go out and visit those plant sites and visit with constituents that work in that area, and also with the BHP Billington that employs, I say 80% of them are Navajos, and they do have underground mining that's off the reservation. And so those companies are greatly impact. As you know, we are in the extremes of time, and so just sitting on the Appropriation and Finance Committee, I often wonder if we close those plants down, how much it's going to create in terms of the revenues coming back into New Mexico.
Don't you think it would be a deficit?
That would be a deficit, huge deficit. It's going to really create unless we come up with alternative ways to draw in revenues. This would cause an additional stress on New Mexico's operating budget.
Representative, we only have about a minute left. As I hear you talk, I hear you. I think you're very supportive of your area and you understand the jobs, but I'm sensing a little tiptoeing around the Brian Egolfs of the party, and I would like to know, is there a rift within the Democratic Party on energy policy in the state?
Well, I would say there is, and I think those that have been serving in areas where these mineral-rich industries are located, the oil and gas, and also, up north in my area. And I know I'm the only Democrat in San Juan County representing the people up there, but also I'm aware that of the job concerns and of the revenues that goes into not only the state of New Mexico, but also into the Navajo Nation. They receive royalties off APS, BHP Billington, and others. So, I'm kind of in a position where I have to look at my area, my district, and then also look at the concerns of the environment, and I can understand both areas and the concerns that are involved in it.
We are talking with Representative Ray Begaye, District 4, San Juan County. We thank you for what you do for our state, and we really appreciate it. We'll have to have you back on News New Mexico as the session continues. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. We will be